power of to control the funding of schools, what would you use it for?
I don't think about the money so much, so let me think. I mean, I think there's plenty of money. I don't think that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I could control the money, I would try to do things that directly impact the students.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really top heavy in the district office and the higher levels in teaching. But the money needs to be dispersed more so that the teachers and the actual students get more money. The way I'd see it spent would be, I mean, it's just sad that there's like, they've gotten rid of field trips, taking kids places. There's no money for
they've cut out a lot of stuff. It kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You know that we all got laptops.
Is this from Foothill?
No. We got shitty credit.
This is a good one.
We got crappy Toshiba laptops.
Yeah.
The whole school, and it's just like I'm not a big fan for it because I think that's just a really big waste of money. Like
you got them this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got iPads last year. 5th through 8th grade got iPads, and then the high schools got laptops.
Yeah, Modern Day has iPads, but I just don't like technology.
I think I wish my 6th graders had laptops. Because the iPad, you can't do as much. And there's more apps for an iPad. But
I think it's easier with the laptops to just do stuff.
Yeah, it is easier.
I don't like what we were doing at Foothill with it, though.
Why?
It's just, well, for one, they're breaking a bunch. Yeah. They're having a lot of problems. What do you do with them next year?
Right.
Like, it's technology and teenagers. That's just not a good mix. You know, we're all playing games.
So many of my students have broken screens on their iPads.
Yeah, all my friends is broken stuff. We're all like during the week, we're all playing Tetris and stuff. It's just,
and they're playing video games in class. Yeah, like that's not what they're for.
Okay. And it's like they didn't even get the right, like, if they got these laptops, I would have been a little bit better.
Right.
All right, what would be the biggest thing you would change about teachers?
Some teachers are really good and work really hard, and some teachers just naturally aren't great teachers.
Totally agree.
So I think that, and it's very difficult to measure a teacher's performance because you can talk to the students, you can talk to the parents, but you can look at test scores.
Yeah.
You can look at how many hours they work. There's so many different ways to measure that it's very difficult to like pinpoint what makes a good teacher. I mean, some people look at test scores, but a lot of bright kids learn a lot from the dinner table from their parents. It's not that they learned it in class. It's like hard to pinpoint where knowledge came from, you know, and just to credit a teacher when the kid could be learning it from other places than the classroom. So I think that wait, what's your question?
Like if you could just change one thing overall about teachers.
I think you need to be able to keep the good teachers and get rid of the bad teachers.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay. And maybe even pay them more. We have a great new teacher at my school this year, and people are like, why did you go into teaching? She had like all these AP classes. She went to Beckman. She's really young. Yeah. She just graduated from college, and she's so brilliant. And it's like, well, someone asked her today.
Why did you become a teacher?
Someone asked her, and we were making copies in the teacher's lounge. They're like, why did you become a teacher? Like, she had like 45 credits already from AP classes in high school.
Wow.
And like, wow. And, you know, the good teachers want to teach because they want to give back.
They like the love of teaching.
The love of teaching. And she had great teachers, and she wanted to become a teacher and give back. And she was a history major and an English major, and she's perfect for the job.
I totally agree.
But we're not getting some of the cream of the crop into teaching because the pay in the long term isn't great.
Yeah, I totally agree.
A lot of teachers in Orange County can't afford to buy a home, you know?
That's nice. So I think that's where I if I had the funding, I would invest it more in like a better system to like create better teachers and like that really want to interact with students and, you know, like really want to help them learn.
I think teaching's more about inspiration. It's not so much like using a textbook and teaching standards. It's like inspiring a kid, building their confidence, helping them to realize what their dreams are.
Yeah, really connect with the kid and like help them grow with it. Totally agree. this one's okay. But what would you change? Like, what would you change about the curriculum in schools? Like, classes and stuff.
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
there's a lot I would change. I do like the Common Core curriculum because I think it is more relevant and applicable to kids.
Oh, I have a question on that too.
Okay, good. But I mean, it's the way I used to teach 30 years ago, and the people probably my age are the ones that wrote the Common Core.
Yeah.
And I like that way of teaching. I think the standards are smaller but more encompassing. So, wait, sorry, what's the question again?
What if you could change the curriculum?
Yeah. I would say, like in history or in reading or in language arts, bridge it more to make it relevant to the kids' lives. Like instead of teaching history and memorizing dates and times, the textbook doesn't bridge it and say, well, why are we studying this? How did our world get to this point because of this civilization?
Yeah.
Or what originated in our world today from back then?
Kind of like related to something.
Related to today.
Yeah, that's what like my history teacher last year. Like I love him. He's my favorite teacher ever.
Really? Well, who is it?
Mr. Hake.
Okay, I don't know the teachers at Foothill anymore.
Oh, you got to.
He's really good.
Yeah, he just has like I love like. Yeah, I hate to admit, like I like him more than a teacher, just because he has the coolest laid back personality. But he was really like he always like told a lot of cool stories, like and related it to history and stuff, and just like everyone like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually like really fortunate for all the teachers I've had at Foothill. So,
you have good teachers? Good.
Yeah. I've had some bad ones, but
yeah,
the good ones outweigh it.
But I think just bridging what's the curriculum to make it relevant in the kids' lives, make it more relevant and purposeful. Like they know why
there's a reason
this.
for
There's
it.
a reason for learning it. Yeah.
Okay, I kind of feel like kids just go to school just because, and they're like,
right,
this happened because this,
and they're not inspired to like want to learn more. They're like,
not at all.
Like so many teachers kill knowledge, and they don't make kids curious. They make kids like, I don't want to read.
Yeah,
I don't want to learn.
Yeah,
where we should be making them want to read and want to learn.
Have like ambition for it and stuff. Yeah. I'll like kind of explain this because it's kind of vague, but it's like, do you believe the elementary through college system is set up correctly, like how elementary school teaches them properly, I guess, to prepare for middle school, same with middle school to high school?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. And I think we fall short middle school through high school because we're not preparing kids for jobs. Like, it's like we're preparing them to go to college.
Yeah.
But there's such a huge world after college.
Yeah, it's a life after college.
Like when my daughter was at Foothill, she'd be like, Mom, they keep saying you got to go to college, you got to go to college. She goes, but what about when we get out of college? We got to figure out what we want to do.
Exactly.
The push is to get kids to go to college. Well, at Foothill, most kids will go to college because their parents went to college. And the goal is not to go to college. The goal is, what do you want to do with your life? And some jobs don't need a college education. So I think middle school through high school, they need more electives, more hands-on activities, more. They used to have like auto shop and wood shop and ceramics and I mean all the different, how we need plumbers, we need electricians, we need auto mechanics.
I totally agree. I feel like education just kind of like kills the creativity. They kind of have like I don't like the general education standard, like because people are gonna grow up and be dozens of different things than what you learn in high school and college. That's why I kind of feel like I said, it kills creativity. I want different classes.
It does, and many kids don't need to go to college and won't go to college. And why are we trying to prepare them for college? They're just going to drop out of school and not like school. But they might be great working with their hands, but they have no experience doing that. So then they get out of high school and they don't know what they want to do. So we need to give them from like 6th grade up hands-on experience in many different jobs and many opportunities so they can see what all's out there. I think more like the European system. Where they have trade schools and they start at a young age. Yeah. And not everyone goes to the university, know?
I totally agree. Like me, like I want to go into business like right away.
Do you?
To be honest, I don't want to go to college. I want to start making money and
as long as you
stuff.
And that's
but
great.
I still want to like build my knowledge and learn.
Right.
Just I don't want to go to college. I feel like.
And I think if you have to go into debt to go to college, it's not worth the money.
Exactly. You're spending like, especially for like your first 2 years, you're spending like $50,000 a year to repeat high school.
Right.
What?
And that's a lot of money. Like my boyfriend's son has $200,000 worth of debt from college.
Wow.
And he's in real estate in San Francisco, and it's like he didn't even need to go to college.
Really go to college, exactly.
And then by the time he pays it off, it's $300,000. That's a lot of money. It's not worth the college education anymore. It used to be the middle class could get out of middle class or lower middle class by going to college. I don't think it's that way anymore.
I totally agree. What would you say is our biggest problem in education today?
Our biggest problem is not meeting kids where they're at. We expect them to go to college. We expect them to have a desk job. We need to give some more hands-on opportunities, more I don't know what those classes are called, but like
not electives, but
shop classes and things like that.
Shop, all that stuff.
To try things out and to see more jobs in the world. Like you guys go to school, but you're not seeing jobs. Yeah. You're not going into offices and seeing factories and all the different kinds of jobs available now. There's no exposure to that. And even through college, there's not a lot of exposure to that.
It was funny. My English teacher actually said, he's like, it's our goal to get 100% of seniors to graduate high school and go to college. And I'm like, do you think that's going to happen? Like, that's so impossible. Like, every kid has a different story, different life. Right. Like, could be going in different directions. Like, you just don't know. And I feel like that's a bad goal to have.
Set it higher than that. I mean, college isn't the goal. The goal is, what do you do
to be successful? I feel like, in whatever you do.
Right.
Let's see. What are some long-term goals you would like to see in the education system?
I'd like to see a change where after elementary school they can choose a trade school or choose more education, some testing for kids so that we can kind of gear them what their natural abilities are instead of just assuming everyone will go to college. Hey, Dad. I'm being interviewed right now. I'll talk to you in a minute. And then kind of revamp it so we're putting everybody in the same category and just make different categories for kids and let them pick what they're good at and what they could excel at. Hey, this is Camden Axelson. This is my dad. He's interviewing me for his senior project at Foothill.
Yeah, I needed a teacher, some good person like that. So. My mom was like, Mrs. Calvert, and I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Okay. So he's at videotaping, so I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay.
Next one. What are your thoughts on the Common Core?
Okay, so I like Common Core because right now it's giving a lot of flexibility to teachers to go deeper in the subject matter and do things like I can teach reading and history at the same time and go much deeper. And it's really just focusing on the most important things instead of all tiny little standards that are unrelated to each other. We can make all the teaching related to central concepts and themes. So I like that about the Common Core. I don't like how Obama has given federal money to people that are adopting the Common Core because I'm a little afraid of the federal government taking over and saying, this is how you must teach. Exactly. And the whole country being the same. And losing our individuality and creativity as a teacher.
That's exactly me and my we were talking about like how each state and federal, of course, and how like each state has their own education system, and books and everything. But the Common Core and Obama wants to make it all the same. But it's like, what if one state doesn't like it? They should be allowed to choose what education.
And education used to be very central. It used to be local, where the school board of each city ruled that city, like Tustin School Board, and then the state took over. And now we're letting the federal government take it over.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's like we're just going to produce robots, and there's no individuality there.
I totally agree. What would be the best way to make school like a fun place for kids to want to learn?
I think we need to challenge them to think. And to think on their own. I mean, it's okay if they disagree with us as long as they're thinking.
Yeah, be creative with their mind.
Be creative with their mind. And then inspiring them to want to learn more, to be curious about our world, to think learning is a good thing. Because so many times we kill knowledge by it's boring, and we have to change that.
Totally agree.
A lot of it is they've got to find what they're interested in and go off on their tangents.
Yeah, like a lot of me and my friends, like exactly like I was saying to them, they're like, oh, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? Like, we have no idea. We haven't experienced anything.
And all you've been is a student, and we haven't prepared you for that.
Exactly. Like, I've only pretty much been in Southern California my whole life. Like, I still got, so that's why I say, like, oh, what do you plan to do? Like, well, I plan to do this, but I don't know. Like, and I feel like a lot of my friends don't have really any idea of what they want to do.